Yo, what is going on YouTube? This is your boy Dan, aka aDrive, bringing you guys a bunch of new Pokemon here that were just revealed on the Pokemon YouTube website. They came out with a new trailer releasing a ton of information, including some brand new Pokemon, some evolutions, and so on and so forth. I wanted to give you guys my first thoughts on these Pokemon, and of course tell you guys the news that you may have missed if you haven't seen the trailer yet. A lot of cool stuff to cover, so let's jump right into things. The first new Pokemon we have is this little guy right here. So we've got two Pokemon here. The first one is called Pho Mantis, which is a grass little Pokemon. It's a sickle grass Pokemon, pure grass type, and its evolved form is, of course, called Lurantis. So we've got, what is it called? It's called Pho Mantis and Lurantis, and both these Pokemon are pure grass type Pokemon. So unfortunately, they do not have the bug typing, which was very disappointing for me. I was really excited to hopefully get this thing to become a bug type, but no, just pure grass type. But nevertheless, looks really cool, dude. I love the design, guys. Love the design of the evolved one, and it has a new move that we have never seen before called Solar Bleed. Now it's basically absorbing the light from the sun and then attacking down with a giant blade. I'm led to believe that Solar Blade is going to be similar to Solar Beam, but a physical variant of that move. So this Pokemon looks like it's going to be most likely going to be a physically offensive grass type Pokemon. Has the ability Leaf Guard, of course, which does protect it from status conditions, I believe, in the sun is how that works. And it's a neat Pokemon, man. I'm really excited about it. I will say, truthfully, and I said this in my reaction on my Twitch stream, I'm very disappointed this thing is not bug type, man. It's a Mantis, dude. I know we have Scyther and so on and so forth, and maybe it would be too similar to Leavanny if they made it a bug grass type. And I really can't complain because there's been a lot of bug types so far, but I really wanted it to be. I really did deep down inside. But nevertheless, we got these two little Mantis dudes, and they look pretty cool, man. So show your love on that like button down below for this little Mantis guy. Now, the next Pokemon we've got is Donald Trump reincarnated here. Of course, we got Young Goose, and now my man Gumshoes. So Young Goose is confirmed to evolve into Gumshoes here, which does look strikingly like Donald Trump, and I feel like they really are trying to make a Pokemon that looks like Donald Trump. I'm not kidding. But we know it's got Stakeout and Strong Jaw, so it maintains its two abilities here, and this is kind of like an early game Pokemon. We know that Young Goose is found very early in the game. Now it does say that it's targeting its prey is the exact opposite of Young Goose. Young Goose prowls around. Gumshoe usually stakes out its prey and waits patiently for it to come by, so I'm led to believe maybe this thing is just really strong. Maybe it's not too fast, I don't know. It says when the sun goes down, it runs low on stamina, it falls asleep in the right spot, it can withstand a great deal of hunger, and it's able to stay perfectly still while waiting for its prey. So very interesting stuff here. Nothing too mind-blowing or new news really regarding Young Goose, other than we just got its new evolution here. I'm a little mixed on its feelings. I feel like, I guess this is pretty much what I expected it to look like when it evolved. It's definitely not my personal favorite Pokemon, but I could definitely see why other people like it. It's pretty fierce, and maybe it'll give some new light to those early normal type Pokemon like Bidoof and I don't know, Raticate and whatever else. But the next Pokemon we've got here is, no surprise, we saw this Mudsdale, which everyone was super hyped about, but we've got the pre-evolution of it, of course, which is going to be called Bray. And Bray is just a donkey Pokemon, keeps the ground typing, it looks like, and should be a lot of fun. I know Mudsdale was a huge like fan favorite when it was first revealed, and it seems like Mudsdale is not it might actually be the final evolution now that we have a pre-evolution for it, which is of course Bray. So when I saw Mudsdale, I definitely felt like it looked like a potential final evolution Pokemon. I saw the potential of it evolving, but now I think we know that it's probably going to just be a two-stage, I would guess. But Bray is its pre-evolution. Looks like it has the same abilities, own tempo and stamina, and it does say that this guy can be found all over the world, but it was overhunted and ended up on the verge of extinction. Luckily, it's still in the Alola region. It's got superhuman strength despite its small body, and it can carry a ton of weight on its back, which is very cool, and it loves playing in the mud, and it's easy to live in harmony with this Pokemon as long as you give it some mud, basically. As long as it's got its mud, it's a happy little dude. He's a happy little guy. But our next Pokemon here is very interesting, and when I saw this thing, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. This is a Pokemon. It's called Minior, and I believe it's based off of some sort of a meteorite. Now, when you first send this thing into battle, it looks like the image in the top left. It's basically that rock type thing where you can't really see anything out of it. And it does have definitely a meteor type Pokemon. It's rock and flying, very interesting there. And it has an ability called Shields Down, and its ability is really interesting. Basically, when it's above 50% of health, it actually can take a lot more damage. It's got a lot more bulk because of its shield, and it's immune to status condition, it looks like. It's protected from status conditions, and it has excellent defensive capabilities, but after 50% health, that shield does drop off, and then you get just a little Minior core, which is this little dude here, and it does seem like you won't know what color your core is gonna be until after you break its shield, so that's kind of cool. So you got 4 different cores there. You got the pink or the reddish one, the blue one, a yellow, and kind of an orangey color core. I don't know if the cores have any sort of difference to them in terms of the effectiveness of the Pokemon itself. I would guess probably not, but maybe they have a special move. Maybe they'll each have a special move, kind of like how the Rotom forms work or something. I'm not sure, but definitely interesting. Rock flying, maybe has some other secrets involved, but pretty cool that there's a meteor Pokemon here. And I'm definitely curious to see what your guys' thoughts are of this one, because this one's kind of weird, very interesting. But we've got these 4 little birds here, and you're gonna have to bear with me because I'm not gonna get these names right away, but I'll do my best. So you've got 4 birds, and these are the same Pokemon, but they have different styles, similar to how Rotom can change forms and things like that, but they have different styles, and when you change their styles on, well, they change automatically based on the island you're on. There's 4 different islands. Based on the island you're on, it's typing and I guess power of its move. It has a special move which is called the Revelation Dance, and that move will change typing based on what island you're on and what form you have. Another thing to note about this thing is its ability is really interesting. It's got the Dancer ability. Anytime an opponent's Pokemon uses a dance move like Quiver Dance or Swords Dance, it'll actually boost this equivalent to that. It'll actually make this Pokemon use that same move and get that boost. So this could be a great switch into things like Swords Dancing Pokemon, Quiver Dancing Pokemon, etc. I'm sure Tierno is thrilled about that. Dragon Dance, I suppose, is another one, right? But it looks like, so the red one is obviously fire type. It's a fire dancing one, and this thing is called Oricorio, I believe is how you're saying it. Oricorio, I think. You got the Pom Pom style, which is of the yellow one, and it turns into an electric flying type. Then you've got the Pao style. I'm not sure if I'm saying that properly, but it's the one in the top left corner. It is psychic and flying. And last but not least, you're gonna have the Ghost and Flying Sensu style, which is of course the top right one, which should be really, really cool. So you got 4 different birds. I can tell you, my wife, I was just texting her and she's like, I love the dancing birds, and I'm like, I don't like the dancing birds, but nevertheless, still pretty cool. And it's gonna be interesting to see, you know, how effective these Pokemon are. Being able to change essentially their type and their special move makes them very interesting. I mean, fire flying, obviously not ideal. Electric flying is okay. We've seen Zapdos and things like that, very effective, but then we've also seen Emolga. And of course, I like the Ghost and Flying. We know Drifblim obviously exists, and Psychic and Flying, we have things like Xatu and Sigilyph. So these typings are not new combinations, but definitely interesting to see how these Pokemon are going to fare here in the Alola region. Some new Pokemon and some new information and some new hype, man. So those are all the Pokemon. Let me know which of these was your favorite that was revealed. It's kind of tough to decide because there is so many new cool ones. I think a lot of people are gonna love the little Mudbray, the pre-evolution of Mudsdale. I think that's super cool. I actually am kind of liking the Meteor, but I gotta tell you guys, that Mantis Lurantis is definitely my favorite design. I love the design on it. I just wish it was a bug type, but I'll just cry over that for the rest of the day. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video of the new Pokemon. Let me know which one's your favorite in the comment section below. Definitely make sure you guys subscribe if you are new, as I do post 2 Pokemon videos every single day. And that's gonna be it for me, guys. My name is Dan, also by aDrive, and I'm gonna catch you guys later. Peace.